Stop being humble. The definition of the word humble: having or showing a modest or low estimate of one's own importance. If you want to be something in this world, if you want to achieve your goals, if you want to get that gym body, if you want to get that business popping off, if you want to graduate with a high score or like a high grade on a test, how do you expect to achieve something big if you think low of yourself? How do you expect to have a happy relationship if you think low of yourself? How do you expect to sell your product if you think low of yourself? How do you expect to be something big if you think low of yourself? Because growing up, we get told to be humble. Oh, humble yourself. You're thinking too big. You're too gassed up. All these things, they come from people who haven't achieved the stuff that you're trying to achieve. Because it might sound a little crazy, but nobody who has become more successful than me in my whole life, nobody who has more money than me, nobody who has a bigger business than me, nobody who has achieved greater things than I have has hated on me. The hate only comes from people below you. And I'm not saying for you to think you're better than anybody. I'm not saying for you to be arrogant. There's a difference. There is a difference between arrogance and confidence. Confidence is what's true. Confidence is what is proven. Confidence is what you know. Arrogance is when I'm all that. I'm all that. But if Kobe Bryant, RIP to him, when he was alive, he went around saying, I'm the best basketball player ever. I am the best. Can't nobody beat me. Ain't nobody in that gym more than me. Don't nobody practice more than me. Don't nobody play more than me. And he might have sounded arrogant, but he wasn't arrogant. He was confident. He wasn't even arrogant or just confident. It was what he knew, it was the truth. So, what I want you to take from this is stop thinking low of yourself. For those of you who don't know, my name is Lawrence Harris. I am a youth empowerment speaker. I spent the last 4 years specializing in helping teens and young adults build self love, confidence, and overall a positive outlook on life. And I'm 19, right? I am 19 years old. I've been doing this since I was 15. So, it is not arrogant of me to think I'm very good at what I do. That's not arrogance, that's confidence. I have the facts to back up everything I said. I have the facts to back up that I really do what I say I do. I have the facts to back up my books, link in the description, are as good as I say they are. Because you don't just gotta take my word for it. The reviews don't lie. Verified reviews, that doesn't lie. So, why do people tell us to humble ourselves? Why do people tell us to think small? Very simple. Because when you think big, when you think outside the box, when you think multi-millionaire, and you're surrounded by people who haven't even done anything similar to that, when you think, I'm going to have my own business, I'm going to achieve this big goal, I'm going to do something that has never been done in my whole family generations, it can scare people. Not that they want to hold you back. No, it's not even that they're trying to be malicious or anything. It's just, it's so far outside their comfort zone that seeing you do it scares them because they're like, no, it's dangerous, it's dangerous, it's dangerous. And they want to hold you back because they care. They want to keep you safe. But a lot of times, the thing that is safe, the thing that is familiar, the thing that you've been around your whole life is the very same thing that's going to keep you stuck. So, how do we stop thinking so humble? How do we stop thinking so low? How do we stop thinking so small? How do we stop limiting ourselves? You got to take bold action. Emphasis on bold. Emphasis on bold action. Because you can say to yourself anything. You can say affirmations, you can journal, you can meditate, and these are all wonderful, great things. I promote these. But the best way to build up that knowing, the best way to build up that confidence, the best way to build up that I am what I say I am, I can do what I say I do, and I will be what I know I will be. The best way to build that up is taking action on it. Bold action. Don't just dip your toes in the pool. Okay, that's good. Feel the water before you dive in head first. But at a certain point, you got a cannonball in it. You got to dive head first. At a certain point, you got to be willing to have complete and utter faith, complete and utter knowing, complete and utter going for it in life. Now, what does it look like? Okay, I want to start my business. I want to become a multimillionaire. I want to do X, Y, Z. Research that. You got to know a plan. Okay, now I got my plan. I know how to get my LLC. I know what I'm going to sell. I know what we're going to do. I have a plan. I have a structure. Okay, boom. Make that website. Oh, but what if they think something about me? What if my friends say something? What if people in my high school say something? Okay, and everybody who has ever achieved something great had a whole lot of people who didn't like them. So, if you want to achieve something big, right? You want to lose, I don't know, maybe you want to lose 100 pounds. Maybe that's your goal. I seen this guy on TikTok actually. He currently is like 515 pounds, something like that. And his goal is he wants to lose 200 pounds. And he's been like documenting the whole journey every day. Motivational, great guy. I can't remember the name though. So, if you want to do something big, you're going to have people who hate on that. You're going to have people say, no, don't go out there. You're taking too big. But you got to have the audacity to believe in a dream even when other people don't. So, when you're building it up, I honestly recommend that you don't even really tell many people about it. I honestly recommend when you're first getting that idea off the ground, you only tell people who you know are either qualified to give advice on this subject or believe in you. Because you're going to inevitably have people who are going to try to tell you, oh, think smaller of yourself. Think humble. You're thinking too big. You're being arrogant. You're being cocky. You're going to hear this all the time. But here's the thing. Like I said earlier, what the actual definition of humble, the actual pure definition of humble, having or showing a modest or low estimate of one's own importance. Let's look at the last part of that sentence. Low estimate of one's own importance. One's own importance in a relationship, in a friendship, in a job, in a opportunity in life. One's own importance as a person. So if you're watching my content and you're 9 minutes into this video, actually 8 minutes and 20 seconds, you're 8 minutes into this video, you got a goal you want to achieve. You want to do something. You want to build something. You want to be the first in your family to do something. You want to be something. You want to be something big. But you can't do that if you have a low estimate of yourself. So, plain and simple, don't be arrogant, don't be cocky, but don't be humble. Because being humble is having a low estimate of your own importance, having a low estimate of your own value, having a low estimate of your own worth, having a low estimate of your own self. So, how in the world do you expect to achieve something great if you think low of yourself? Can't happen. Can't happen. Because I ain't humble. I am not humble. I'm not cocky. I'm not arrogant. You could call me that. But at the same time, you got to admit, he had been doing it for 4 years. He has written books on it. Links in the description. He does one-on-one consultations on it. Link in the description. People pay to hear his advice. Link in the description. So, stop being so humble. Don't be arrogant. Don't be cocky. Don't be. But at the same time, don't be. Be who you are. Stand on what you are. Your value is your value. You are what you are. You are what you believe you are. Because You could be the most handsome, beautiful, whatever. But if you think you ugly, you gonna get treated like you ugly. Because that's what you believe about yourself. You could have missing teeth, you could have acne, you could have all these like physical deformities. But if you think you beautiful, if you think you handsome, you're gonna end up finding somebody who's gonna treat you like you handsome. You're gonna end up finding somebody who's gonna treat you like you beautiful because that's what you are standing on. This is what you claim. So, why in the world would you claim humble? Why would you claim to have a low estimate of yourself? Why would you claim to be minuscule? Why would you claim to be small? No. Be who you are. Stand on your worth. Know your value. And go through this world unapologetic about that value. Because people pleasing only gets you stepped on. People pleasing only gets you used. People pleasing only gets you looked over. The ones who ain't humble, that's the ones who stand out. The ones who ain't humble is the people who got the audacity to be themselves. The people got the audacity to show up unapologetically. The people who got the audacity to go out there and get it. But if you thinking humble, if you thinking, I can't, no, I don't want to. No, I don't want to be. I don't want to be in the spotlight. No, that's too big for me. He's too good for me. She too good for me. I can't do that. No, I gotta stay over here. I gotta limit myself. I gotta be humble. Nope. No, 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 no. Humility is one thing, but humble is a problem. So, on that note, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you took some great value from this. Please stop thinking lower yourself. Love yourself. Know you are loved and know that you can achieve anything if you believe. Have a wonderful, blessed day. And links in the description to buy my books, as well as one on one consultations with me, and my social media links. Have a good one.